Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time you're watching this video. My name's Heather, and did you know you have a better chance of spotting the elusive Bigfoot than you do making money in an MLM business opportunity? I was in an MLM years ago, and by no surprise, I lost money. Ever since then, I have been trying to spread awareness of these scammy businesses pretty much to anybody who will listen to me. I am a stay-at-home mom of 5 under 5, and my husband is home today, so if you hear any noises, that is what that is. Okay, let's get into the video because I'm not sure how long nap time is going to last. Today I wanted to share some of the MLM fails I've seen on social media lately, and majority of these come from Instagram and TikTok. The first two fails are from the same creator, and she is a top earner at an MLM company called Prüvit, and they're most known for selling ketone supplements. And surprisingly enough, in 2022, their median annual income for all of their promoters was $10.59 for the entire year. So that should tell you something right there.
6 years ago, I was a struggling single mom. I was taking 2-hour naps every single day, parenting from the couch, yelling out of anger at my kid. I'm just going to be honest with you. I was not happy with myself. I was overweight. I was tired. I was cleaning houses, and I had a sugar daddy to make money so that I didn't have to leave my kid for an extended period of time. I was on the hunt. I was looking for something all the time, Googling work from home jobs, work from home jobs. What can I do to work from home? And I came across the sex work industry. I wish I had never done that, but it is what it is. I was trying to do that to stay home with my kid. However, if that's you as well, and you're like, I'm actually contemplating that, you don't have to do that, okay? So I came across ketones, ended up drinking them, loving them, obsessed with the way they turned my brain on. I ended up losing 55 pounds in the first 4 months of consuming them, moving my body and eating good, clean foods. And that started everything for me. I became a different person. Once that happened, I couldn't shut up about it. I was on Facebook Live. I was making posts. I didn't have TikTok, didn't have Instagram. I now have over 2 million followers across all of my platforms, maybe 1.5 million. Anyways, I built everything from scratch, from zero. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just so excited and so happy and so elated that I finally felt like myself again, that I could not shut up about it. And so I started talking about it on social media. People started getting interested, asking me questions. How are you looking so good? How do you have so much energy? What are you doing? Started talking about ketones, and boom, I joined the business 6 years ago. I took $500, actually $600. I took $600 of the money I didn't have that was going to pay my bills. I invested it into a business kit.
Okay, so I want to pause it here and touch on a couple things that have jumped out to me. She talked about how she was in a really desperate time in her life, parenting from the couch, felt really down, felt kind of stuck, just really desperate and an awful position, which I know a lot of people can relate to that. She ended up making money in a less than desirable way, and she mentioned that she wished she never would have done that. And a lot of people can relate to that too. They're trying to stay home, they're really desperate, they turn to questionable ways of making money out of desperation. All of that is really sad, and it's heartbreaking. You can get yourself into situations in life where the desperation and the depression and anxiety can make you make choices that you normally would not make. It seems as though people in those types of life situations is who she is trying to reach out to and connect with in this video. She then goes on to say that she spent what seemingly was her last $600 on joining an MLM. I'm assuming someone did to her what she is attempting to do to other people with this video, connecting with someone who has hit rock bottom, who is very desperate, and using their weakness and desperation as a selling point into getting them to join your downline. I'm sorry if that sounds a little bit harsh, but as a top income earner of this company, she has got to be aware that very few people actually make money in this business. So her trying to bring in desperate, weak, needy people into this business opportunity for them to lose money just is very gross to me.
Got a lot of ketones I was so happy about because I could drink them myself. And then I went out there and dispersed them in trials, made my money back and profit. And then boom, that started my business. Now here I am 6 years.
Sorry, I had to stop. What business? What business did you start? Because like I've said in my previous 2 videos, you are not making a business. You are not starting a business when you sign up to be a representative in a multi-level marketing company. That's just not reality. I cannot stand when the reps use this as another selling point to get people recruited underneath them. You are signing up to pay a company to become a salesperson for that company, and you are not guaranteed that you will be paid at all, really. Additionally, if Prüvit goes under, what happens to the business that this person has started? One of the top earners of the company. Her business goes poof. It's not a business. The same thing happened to Rodan and Fields consultants when they switched from a MLM, multi-level marketing business structure, to an affiliate program. So now those reps, if you sell the product, that's how you make money. They no longer have the recruitment based earnings or anything to do with recruitment in Rodan and Fields. And the top earners of that company filed a lawsuit against the company because their whole livelihoods were taken away when the CEO and the owners of Rodan and Fields decided to make that switch. So tell me again how you are starting your own company when somebody else can just literally reach down and grab it from you, and then your earnings are gone, your team is gone, your products are gone. Like, if this company shut down, what would you sell? How would you make that money back? How would you recruit anybody for anything?
Years later, being able to make a full-time income from my phone because of that decision. And now you finally have the opportunity to do the same thing as I did. Right now, the business kits to join me in business, to get mentored by me. I'm going to teach you how to do social media. I'm going to teach you how to do sales because it's all psychology. I'm going to teach you how to show up and become the best version of yourself so that you feel good, so that you look good, so you can help other people feel good and look good. And I'm going to help you make money. I'm going to help you make this a full-time income.
I'm going to help you make this a full-time income. That sounds a lot like an income claim that these reps are not supposed to be making. These companies tell the reps, do not make these income claims, because majority of the time they know these people are not even going to make any money in these companies, let alone break even.
All you have to do is plug yourself in and trust me. Trust the process. And so right now you guys can get started 36% off, and the fee to join the business is $1. If you're serious about this, I want you to comment below a $sign. Let's get you started. Let's get $500 in your pocket before Christmas. It is possible. I don't know how many times you have Googled work from home jobs, but there are actual opportunities out there for you as a mother, as a woman, as a human being, to actually make real money from your phone without having to sell your body.
Well, she is right there. There are plenty of work from home jobs that stay-at-home moms can use to actually stay at home and make an income for their families. Joining an MLM pyramid scheme should not be on the list of considerations. The next fail is also from the same creator, and it's also from TikTok, and it is a video of her standing with a lot of other reps from Prüvit at, I'm guessing, one of their conventions or training conferences, and all of the people are standing, and there's an announcer saying, keep standing if you've made more than $1, keep standing if you've made more than $100, more than $1,000, more than $100,000, all the way up to keep standing if you've made more than $1 million. And this creator and one of her friends and like a handful of other people are still standing after the announcer says this. Because she is in the top 1% of the company, it makes sense that she's still standing, but again, that's the top 1% of the company. And the caption she writes on there says, "It doesn't work," in quotes, and then underneath that she says, "No baby, you don't work," insinuating that if you are not successful in this company, that it is your own fault, that you are not working hard enough. It couldn't possibly be that the multi-level marketing business structure is designed for people to fail unless you are at the very, very tip top of the pyramid. It couldn't possibly be that the multi-level marketing business structure is designed to funnel money upwards to those who joined at conception of the company or shortly thereafter, while all the people at the bottom of the pyramid who are actually making the sales just get walked all over and preyed upon and scammed out of their hard work, effort, time, and money. Couldn't possibly be any of those things. You're just lazy. Next, we have a post from one of the top earners in the company, Monate, and she's making some pretty astonishing income claims in this post that I'd like to go over. They're pretty laughable and heartbreaking at the same time, so buckle up. So she posted this carousel on Instagram, and the first 2 slides say this: "This is what you get when you partner with me in business. VIP pass to meet the 2024 and 2025 #1 income earner in Monate. Direct mentorship from me on how to reach the top of the company." So we're starting off strong with her telling us that we are going to be able to reach the top of the company with her help through this mentorship program that we no doubt have to pay for, on top of having to pay the startup fee to buy the packages in Monat ranging from $900 to $650. Millionaire Archive, all access pass to the training page that I created on day one, filled with everything from content calendars, sales training, product knowledge mindset, social media coaching, and more. 8 years in the making, producing over $200 million in sales. Earn a luxury car. Earn a luxury car. That's wild. That is a wild thing to seemingly promise people if they pay for and follow your mentorship program. Let me quickly break down how this car thing that some of these MLMs advertise as a way to get people to join in. So you hit a certain rank and you become eligible to get like a car bonus. So let's say I hit like the 5th rank up, and then every month, if I keep that rank, I get $2,500 to go towards a luxury car payment. I'm just making numbers up here, by the way. I hit that rank, I'm eligible to get that car bonus. I go to the dealership, I start a lease with my name, my info, my credit on the line, and I make the payment with that car bonus every single month. Okay, cool. But let's say in 4 months, I miss rank. I don't meet the rank. I don't get eligible for the car bonus. And the next month, and the next month, and the next month, I don't keep rank. So I don't get the car bonus for that $2,500 car payment out of my own pocket. And if I'm not keeping rank, that probably means I'm not making as much in sales either, or income from people down below me. So now my credit is tanked because I can't make this car payment and my car gets repossessed from me. So did I really earn a luxury car, or am I getting scammed into thinking that I am? The next 2 slides say to building a global business. All of this on top of your business. Earn 5 paychecks a month, earn a paid for luxury car, earn trips around the world, get better hair with better products. And here we go again with an MLM telling us that we're going to start our own business. And we just went through this with one of the first 2 fields that we went over. You are not starting your own business. You are paying to be a salesperson for this company, and you might not even get paid for doing it. And then she goes on to say that you're going to make 5 paychecks a month. You don't know if you're going to make 5 paychecks a month. You don't even know if you'll get paid once a month with 100% certainty when you're joining an MLM company. The business structure is entirely based upon the people under you and the sales you make. So if you don't sell anything and the people under you barely sell anything, because selling these products is very difficult, then you are not getting paid that month. And she can't even claim that you'll have better hair with these products, because there was a class action lawsuit against Monat for people having scalp lesions, scalp bleeding, and hair loss. So you don't know how these products are going to react to every individual person. She might have great results. Most people might have great results using these products, but she cannot claim that you will, because you don't know how these products will affect your hair. Worst case, you get a bomb deal on some clean beauty products that meet the EU standards. No, worst case scenario is you put all of this time, effort, and money into building your imaginary business and then lose a ton of money, which is what happens to most people who join these schemes. If you are goal/money driven, coachable, independent, hardworking, not afraid of hard work, I want to work with you. DM opportunity for the next step. I think I'm going to pass on this business opportunity, but thank you for the offer. The last fail I have for this little compilation is another rep from the company Monat, and she posted a reel on Instagram, and she is displaying a technique used by a lot of MLM representatives to keep people enslaved in these companies, and that is called information control. It was a reel of her showing her like beautiful hair, which admittedly is very beautiful. And there is a picture in the top corner of her, what I'm assuming is her before Monat picture. So like before she started using Monat products, what her hair looked like. And then it reads, send this to someone who told you Monat makes your hair fall out, because LOL. In other words, if someone is worried about these products causing a bad reaction, if they're asking questions about the class action lawsuit that Monat paid their way out of, or simply bringing up anything negative about this company or the products, just laugh in their face. They have no clue what they're talking about. LOL. This type of attitude is so off-putting for me. Even if I was considering joining Monate, I would definitely look at this reel and think maybe I'll find somebody else to mentor me or to join under, because the mean girl energy is just like very, very strong with this one. And I want to touch on what information control actually is, just in case someone doesn't really understand what it is. So I found this definition online, and it explains really well what these MLM reps are trying to do and what they've been trained to do by their higher ups. In a socio-political or historical context, information control, the management and manipulation of information to control public perception and maintain power. Examples: censorship, propaganda, and surveillance to suppress dissent and shape public opinion. Manipulating facts about the lawsuit Monate had filed against them in order to make all of these people kind of look crazy is borderline brainwashing. And it's so sad to see that a lot of these reps are making bad jokes and falling for this type of like manipulation of information about such a devastating time in these people's lives who had the scalp lesions and hair loss. In any normal life circumstance, I don't think these women would be making these kinds of jokes, but because they are so desperate and selling these products and have such an allegiance, like a cult-like allegiance to these companies, these women will say and do things that I don't think they would normally say and do. And it's strictly just to be able to move up and rank up in this company. That's all of the social media MLM fails I have for this video. I hope you were invested enough to stick around to the end. And if you were, could you please consider subscribing and giving this video a like and leaving a comment? Have you ever had any personal experience with an MLM, positive or negative? I like to hear both sides. I'm going back to mama mode now. Remember that your time is valuable, your worth is real, and you do not need a downline to prove that.